take the 3 points and you get out of there as quickly as you can, and you want to put that behind you equally as quickly, just as well. Champions League is coming up, so now that game, that performance, can be a distant memory.
If Burnley had someone who could finish, you'd be in trouble, Stevie.
Well, I'm not so sure. There are a couple of opportunities in the first half that quite frankly, had they been looked at, I'm going to say they would have been offside, but they just played on. And Shaq is right. Liverpool were poor compared to their best self, but they were still way better than Burnley. I mean, this is a team that's absolutely going down.
I don't know, Stevie. That's the concern, though, isn't it? Bottom of the table, Burnley. Weghorst, if he could manage to get his feet straight.
Danny boy? Who cares? Did they win the game? Yes, they did. They were better than Burnley. They may have given up a couple of chances, but Pope's made a couple of saves as well. Liverpool by far the best side. It's not always champagne and caviar, shall we say. Sometimes you just got to get your boots dirty, get your knees dirty and get your strip dirty and get away with the points. And get away was not really the right way to put this. They were way better than Burnley, but they were poor compared to their best self. So let's leave it at that.
Stevie's all about champagne and caviar. Yep, that's all he has.
Absolutely.
I am.
Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Stevie, I'm surprised because you being the way that you are, you always bring up Liverpool's defensive frailties, but none of that concerned you today.
It doesn't now. Nothing's changed from what I've been saying recently about they're giving up some chances and They gave up some situations, yes, against Burnley. But you know what? Sometimes a defence and a goalkeeper actually have to make a contribution in a game. And probably the one you're thinking about is when Alisson made a save. So, you know, these are the reasons why Liverpool is such a good side, because they have players who can do good things when it's needed. But yeah, they're not any different than they've been. Every game they've given situations up that the opposition may have reacted better with, shall we say. But they still won the game, they still created some chances, and it's another 3 points.
Very optimistic today, Stevie. Goodness me. We talked about the title. Let's take a look at the odds, shall we? Nothing has changed. City still remain 10-1 on. Liverpool 6-1. Shaka, are we in a scenario if Liverpool win every game between now and the end of the season, they're champions?
I think without question they have to. Even with that game coming up between Liverpool and City in April, that brings it down to 3 points if Liverpool win. And you just don't see City dropping points. So it's a big ask to beat City and equally so to expect them to drop 3 further points. But if you're Liverpool, I think you're right. You're just saying to yourself, we have to be perfect. We can win handsomely from time to time, and we have to win ugly as you did against Burnley. But whatever we do, we have to win. I think this is a real test of Liverpool's resolve now.
We've been here before, haven't we? This title race between City and Liverpool, where even a draw feels like a defeat because of the manner in which both are playing. Liverpool win everything, they're champions?
No. First of all, I don't think that they win everything. Eventually, one of these games that Stevie's referring to, that maybe it's not champagne and caviar, well, maybe one of those games don't go your way. Maybe one of those games, the bounces are not quite what you need them to be, and maybe one of those games you're not playing against Weghorst, missing opportunities. And I just think that the pressure on a team to be perfect, and the fact that they acknowledge that they need to be perfect, is in the end what's going to undo Liverpool, because those missed opportunities in a game in which they need a goal here and there, they continue to mount up, and that's where perhaps you fall short, because you know that there is pressure on you. Either you win or you're out of the race. And that's where I think Liverpool is going to have trouble.
And Liverpool and City just...
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.